Hi, it's Katie, and welcome to my corner of the world. All right, it's time to shop my stash for September. I'm a little behind on this. I will tell you, I have picked out some things already, but I haven't really used much of it. But before we get to the September items here, let's talk about what I used in August. All right, so my August palette was the Autobalm Day Night palette. This is from the Balm. Let's see if I can get it open here. The black primer, of course, like wants to fall out. This is okay. It's not a palette. I did not reach for this palette. I used this maybe 2 or 3 times. We'll say I used this color, or maybe the most, this Hollywood, because it's kind of a like nudie pink. It actually was really good. Now I have that black on me. Let's see if I can get it with that finger. There we go. Oh, it was good to like set down the eyes with another palette. So I did use that. I did use the brown a little bit, and I did create something, you know, like I said, I used it a couple of times. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It's just not something I reached for over and over again. So it'll definitely be on the chopping block when I do my declutter towards the end of the year. The Wondrous palette, or Wondrous Escape palette, again, I really like this one. I did use this one quite a bit. Although I think I'm starting to get hard pan in some of these shimmers. This one and this one, although they still come off pretty good on the hand. Love that Enchanted. That's very similar to the Hollywood one in here. I did do multiple looks with this one, and even used this Overnight shade with the next palette because it doesn't have a dark enough of brown. So definitely holding on to this. I'm going to use this one until I can't anymore. Or I actually really like this one. The Athena palette by Larizzi. This is such a pretty palette. Its biggest problem is that it does not have that deepest shade. The deepest thing it has is this Hero, which is just too orangey and red for me. So I don't really use this. I need like a deeper brown, which is why I used the Wanderers palette a lot of times with it. But some of these lighter shades and some of these like shimmer shades are just gorgeous. So I'm holding on to it. It is probably more of a chopping block one than, and the Wanderous one is definitely a keeper. This one, and the biggest problem, like I said, is it doesn't have that deeper shade. Okay, and then the other one was one of my newer ones, this Laura Geller palette. I loved this. This was a face palette. It is Tuscan Dreams, Best of the Best. As we take the plastic cover off here. I'm always afraid like one of the shades is going to go down with it. I took this, now we didn't do like a huge vacation. We really only went away one night, but this will definitely be going to Disney with me as like my main makeup. The eyeshadows were beautiful. They stayed beautiful throughout the day. You know, gorgeous shimmers. These are all the baked formula from her, and they just stayed nice and beautiful on the eyes. Is this Roman Holiday? I used more like a bronzer, because it does come off a little darker, and on my face in particular, it came off quite dark. I just don't use bronzer much, but when I did, it was very pretty. The the blush, what is that one? Starfish Island, again, gorgeous. Just this beautiful flush. And then French Vanilla, I think is supposed to be used as the highlighter, but it doesn't really have a real sparkly effect. What I used it for is kind of a finishing powder, and it was gorgeous as a finishing powder on me. It gave just that little bit of healthy glow, a little bit of blurring thing to the skin. I am in love with this palette. I even wore it the other day. I had a all-day meeting for work, and one of my coworkers came up and was talking to me in like mid conversation. She's like, "Your makeup is gorgeous today." Hey, and I was like, "Okay, I love my Laura Geller palette." And I will say it was the old Laura Geller palette that I like I got a ton of compliments on too. So I will definitely be looking to pick up some more of her makeup because it just works well on my skin, which I've heard that she's really good for mature skin. So this is going nowhere. I did finally use up my Rebecca Minkoff perfume. I'm kind of sad. I know it was just a little sampler, but I really like this, and you really can't get it. This was it. That's all it was called, was Rebecca Minkoff. I've looked for it, but so it was kind of sad to see it go. Oh, so that is out of here. Also out of here is this iconic London and contour bronzer. This thing, I mean, you can't see anything. It gives no color even on my skin. It looks like it picks up some pigment, but then when you try to put it down, you get nothing from it. Even though one below is like just as bad. Like this one is just as bad. You really don't even get anything on here. Like you can see it got pushed. I don't know if you can see. It got like pushed to the side. Like this like putty gives, well, there I got a little bit. Even then, it really doesn't give anything. So this is going, there's no use keeping that around and keeping it in my collection, whatever, or it's not a good product. Okay, let's keep going here. Use the same two mascaras as last month. I am going to keep using these for at least one more month because I really like these. This is the Idol Lash from Lancome and the MAC Stack from MAC. Both of these really, really like. This month, the Idol Lash, maybe I liked a little bit more, but both just great, great mascaras. As they both have more of like a silicone bristle to them. This one has kind of like a little bit of like a banana curve to it on the Lancome. The MAC doesn't have that as much. You can see it's a little bit spikier. It's more of like that hourglass shape. But I'm going to be so sad when these dry up and they're both getting towards there. Or so. Oh, but they are staying. They're being used another month. Continue to use my Forever Dior foundation. It is getting down there. But this has definitely been my favorite foundation that I've used. I have a couple of drugstore ones that I want to try out. But on an everyday basis, like going to work when I don't want to experiment in case something doesn't go well, this is what I'm putting on. And primer, I'm using up this e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I also have the Touch and Soul. Oh, but I've been mainly using this one to get it used up. I'm kind of about down to there. So I would say probably this month I'll probably finish this one up. Concealer, I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is really, really full coverage, and a little bit goes a long way. Like this is one like little drop, and I could do like the whole back of my hand pretty much with that. So, oh, I had been putting like a little spot on and like next to the eye, and a little spot next to like anywhere I had a little discoloration, and it was awesome. It was a little bit much, and I will say, like, other than under like the eye, under the eye it wasn't too bad. It did start to settle a little bit into fine lines. So I'm gonna keep it around for now, but it's definitely one I'm thinking on. All right, let's see. The Tarte, this is the Shape Tape. This one I actually really like. I didn't use it much this month, but I'm going to go back to using it this coming month. And you can see it doesn't give as much coverage, which is, in my book, a good thing, because as I want to be sparing. I don't want it. The Anastasia Beverly Hills, the ABH one, was so thick and covered so much. It was hard to use those just a little bit because it gave so much coverage. And with the concealer, I don't want it everywhere. So I'm going back to the Shape Tape. This one has been on my counter, or I just haven't been reaching for it. So I'm going to put the ABH back so that I'm reaching for this one more. Blush wise, well, I had the Laura Geller one that I loved. I loved my blushes this month. This one is from Nude Sticks. It is the Magenta Magic. Very, very pink. Has that like little bit of luster in the center there. You can see it comes out almost striped there. But when you blend it all together, it gives this gorgeous pink flush. And I really enjoyed it. And then kind of my favorite, my like go-to when I'm trying to get something done fast, this is the Revolution. It's actually a liquid highlighter and let me see if I can find the color on it. Pink Lights is the color. Because it's such a deep highlighter, it actually works like a blush highlighter on me. And again, it gives just that beautiful kind of flush to the skin. And it just picks up the light. It's so pretty. Because it's hitting on the edge there, it's giving kind of a line, and it does not do that on the face. I really love that stuff. Okay. Highlighter wise, I also used this Ciate London Dewy Stick. This is very nice. Again, gives just that little bit of highlight, just catches the light and gives that beautiful glow to the skin. And so definitely holding on to this. Definitely has a gold shift to it there, as you can see. Clean it up a little bit. Still using the NYX setting powder. It's very good. It's nice and fine, and I will continue using this. You'll see it for the months to come. And then, this was on the, I was about to get rid of this. This was like on the way out. out. I was like, I'm not going to use it. And then I was like, wow, that color is really pretty. Like it was in my empties and it kind of rose from the ashes. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Liquid Lipstick. It does not give me a color. I wish it did. And I wish I could find a color on here because ever since I resurrected it and I put it in my out the door 24 out the door project, I've been using this a lot. It is really pretty. It has a lot of staying power. Like once it dries down, it's on there. So I've been really liking this. And I've been reaching for my Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip more. I haven't been reaching for this in quite a while. It just gives, again, a little glow to the lips, which, on a regular basis, that's all I'm looking for. So I've been reaching for that a lot more. Those are both going to stick around for a little bit. All right, so let's see what I am using with these for September. So let's start in here, and then I'll show you what I'm using to kind of supplement all of this month. Okay. So these little packets, in case you are new, I put these together at the beginning of the year. I usually have a palette of the month that I'm going to use, and then I have some things that I'm trying to use up and get out. They are typically the samples that I've accumulated over the previous year. This time I've been putting scents in there too to try and kind of use up some of the scents and find ones that I really like. So let's see what I have in here this time. We will start with the palette of the month. The palette for this month is Pat McGrath Labs. Let's see, does it have, this is a mini eyeshadow palette in Midnight Voyage. It is a tiny 6-pan palette, but it has, for me, it's gorgeous. The only thing it's missing is kind of a lighter purple shade. I love these kind of purpley colors down here. This is like a super deep, like eggplant purple. And then it has these amazing shimmers. In fact, I just did a look yesterday with these. If you saw my Dollar Tree collab, this is what I have on my eyes for that. I did use those a little bit from that at Audubon, that Hollywood one, and just for a lighter shade to set everything down. But otherwise, this is what I used. Super, super pretty. Again, you can also do like a brown look here, or such a cute little one. And, it's Pat McGrath. It stayed all day. It stayed, we went to a baseball game. It stayed through all of that. It looked gorgeous still at the end of the day. So that is my palette this month. The other things in here, this is called Sexual Sugar. This is a fragrance, and it's kind of the fragrance of the month. And it has that, it has that kind of musky scent, and like musky gourmand scent that I really like. So I'll definitely be using that. At Body Shop, this is a moisturizer, vitamin C glow boosting moisturizer. This is face wash. It's from Origins, the Checks and Balances. What is this from Tony Moly? Oh, it's an all-over serum. Hello, Midnight. Come on, pass on through. Thank you. Oh, so we have a serum. We have like a full face here, our skin prep. We cleanse, we do our serum, and we moisturize. And then we moisturize our hair too with an instant shine mask from Amika. This is the Flash one. And Amika has one of my favorite hair masks. I don't think it's this one. I don't think I've tried this one yet, so I'm excited to try this one out. So Oh, those are kind of my turn and burn for this month. Oh, like I said, I did shop my stash already. I did not need a lot this month. I have a ton of like these mini moisturizers I'm still trying to use up, so I wasn't trying to get any of that right now. Oh, palette wise, I did choose the Il Makiage that I got in the Icon box. It's a very pretty palette. I will say I've tried this once. I'm gonna have to try it again and throughout the month, and that's why I kept this in here. It didn't stay well. It, it went on, it laid down beautifully. Beautiful neutrals. Some real pretty pops of color, but like at the end of the day, it was not even the end of the day. Midday, it was like a big mess. And I was like, it was all streaky and everything. I was like, this was like a $60 palette. Now, granted, I didn't pay that. I got it in my Icon box. I paid $60 for the whole box, but not great. Yes, this is Pat McGrath, so this was more expensive than you would think a palette this size should be. But I think I got this on sale for like $15, and this worked way better. So I'm going to keep trying this one, though. Maybe it was just, I was rushing, or I didn't have my eye primer set. I don't know. We're going to have to keep trying that one. And because it's September and kind of my always September one, and is my Harry Potter or Return to Hogwarts. Is it Return to Hogwarts? Or it's my Harry Potter Hogwarts palette from ColourPop. I love this palette. This is, okay, the packaging alone, just stunning on this one. But in here, yeah, back to Hogwarts. So back to school. Well, here are all the colors. This invisibility cloak is like one of my favorite shades to use. It is such a stunning topper. But the only one I really dislike in here is this Forbidden Forest. This is a chunky glitter, and I don't know if you can see there. It actually has like shards of glitter. I don't know if you can see that one standing up a little bit there. But I'm like, I'm not using that anywhere near my eye. Okay, so that's the only one, though, that I really dislike in here. I have used almost all of these other ones, and a ton. Luminous is so pretty. Hey, as is Gillyweed on inner corner. Gillyweed has a little like of a green cast. Just such a pretty palette. And I really, not just because I'm a Harry Potter fan, but I think this is one of the best palettes that especially collaborative palettes that ColourPop has done. And this is probably, it would be in my top 10 palettes. It's maybe even my top 5. That's how much I love this palette. All right, so I think that's it for palettes this month, or eyeshadows. Blush wise, oh no, I do have another one. And I pulled the CoverGirl Clean. I mean, I have a lot of palettes this month for some reason. I wanted to try this out. I have not tried this at all yet. This little 4-pan. And again, I thought it would just be pretty. This is super dark. Ooh, super dark brown. But it has like that light matte in it that I like. It has that darker matte, and then it has these 2 pretty shimmery shades. So I wanted to see how this one would do. Okay. Blush-wise, I grabbed a couple of blushes. I grabbed this Juvia's Place one, and And this one is so pretty. I kind of mix these together because that one's a little light. That one's definitely a little dark, but kind of combined, they give you a super pretty pink flush. As I do really enjoy this one. So I grabbed that. I grabbed this Tarte one, and because I don't think I've used that this year, and it just seems super pretty and like it would be a great one for kind of this transition into fall with this kind of peachy pink shade. It looks like, and it has like a little glimmer to it also, kind of a little glow. Oh, so it comes off super pretty. It's not coming off, but I didn't do it very hard. Let me see if I can do it. Oh, a little better. There we go. Oh, you get a little bit more of an idea there. Almost kind of similar to NARS's Orgasm, which is one of my favorite blushes of all time. And then I did grab a Pure Lisse BB, this cheek color. What color are you? This is in Cool Mauve. It looks like it would be more of a peachy shade, but it actually is more of a pink shade. I love these Pure Lisse cheek colors. I don't like, ironically, I don't like their cheek highlighter, but this cheek color I do. Oh, they're liquid, or they're almost like a putty instead of a liquid. Okay, highlighter wise, I haven't used my Glowdient. This was my favorite forever. This is Touch and Soul, the Glowdient makeup palette. And it has like a gradient of highlighters to it. What I usually do is I just kind of go like shoop. And it just has a pretty glow, but you could go into each individual one. You could also use them as like, I could probably use that one as a bronzer, or even in the individual ones as shadows. So I think I'm going to play around with this one a little bit this month and see if I still love it. The other one I did grab was the e.l.f. Halo Glow. Got this in, what did I get this in? I got it in, there we go. I got this in, I think, a Trend Mood, maybe. But it gives just a very pretty glow to the skin. For bronzer, I'm gonna try the one I just got in the Icon box from IPSY from Pat McGrath Labs. Apparently I'm having a Pat McGrath month. I didn't even think about that when I chose this, as I didn't know that I had the palette in there too. Oh, but when I got this and looked at it, I was like, ooh, this might be a really good bronzer for me. It's kind of a cool tone shade. It's a little bit cooler than a lot of other ones. My problem with bronzers a lot is that they come off like overly warm and orange. So I thought this one looked like it would be really pretty for my skin. So we'll give it a try. We'll see. I kind of got to keep the packaging on some of these Pat McGrath ones. They're just so gorgeous. I didn't need a lot of skincare. I have a lot in my turn and burn here. Plus, I'm trying to use up a lot. I am probably going to use up this primer this month and possibly the Touch and Soul. So I did grab this Avant primer. It's just to try. I don't know how it's going to be. For me, Avant is hit and miss. Some of it is like amazing, and I'm like, okay, I see why you're super expensive. Other stuff, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think the cleanser or the face wash is going to quite make it through the month because I'm almost done in both the one in my shower and the one near my sink. The shower one, of course, is the morning, and the sink is the evening one. So I did grab, this is the Kate Somerville Exfoliate. This is the daily foaming wash. This is not the like super harsh stuff. This is one that's made for every day. It is a beautiful cleanser. I really like it. It's a little expensive, but you know, I probably either got this in a box or got it on a super sale from IPSY. So I did pick that up, and I needed it. I don't think this hair mask is going to get me through the month again. I'm almost done a big tub, and then I have a small thing like this. I don't think it's going to be quite enough to get me through the month, so I did grab another big one. This is from When. I got this from QVC, a restorative remoisture hair mask. It does say light. I wonder if it's going to be too light for me. Let's see what it looks like, because I like a thick mask. Ooh, it seems like it's going to be good only because it's like hard to pull up here. Oh yeah, that's the kind of mask I like, that super thick, rich mask. It feels pretty good, or it smells pretty good. I won't say it's my favorite scent, but oh yeah, that's nice and thick. My curly hair needs this. Of course, it's dry. I use a mask. I don't use regular conditioner. I use masks every time I wash my hair, or because I need that extra boost of moisture. All right, that is everything that I will be using for this month. Give me a second, and I'll lay it out a little bit better here. Okay, so this is everything that I will be working on throughout this month of September. Let me know if you have tried anything. Let me know your thoughts on any of these. Have they worked for you? Have they not? And I will report back in October on how everything was. All right, that is it. That is all I have for you today. Until I see you next time, have a great day. Bye.